What's goody, everybody? We're back in Anime Vanguards, and today I'm just gonna be telling y'all some of the things that I think Anime Vanguards should have done in this update 1.5 to made it better. This update was very lackluster, and I just was very disappointed. After playing it for a good amount of time, I've just kind of gathered my solutions and some ideas I think would have made this update much better. Now, before I get into that, I want to say that I am doing giveaway at 500 subscribers, so make sure you subscribe and like the video if you haven't already. And if my voice sounds a little, bad, I am kind of dying. I'm kind of sick right now, so, bear in mind that. But yeah, let's stop yapping and let's get into it. Now, the first thing I'm going to be talking about is the codes. When the update first dropped, AV only dropped one code, and that code consists of 5 euros and 15,000 gold. And if I'm being completely honest, that code is absolute buns. I don't know what they were thinking with just one code that only gave 5 euros and gold that is like very easy to get. They could have gave like some of the spirit wisps for the banner. They could have gave some gems, some stat chips. Like they could have easily gave enough for one 10 pull just to start off all the players. I don't know. That code is just garbage, and they only dropped one code too. They didn't drop multiple. Very disappointing. It's not a big deal to me, but I have seen complaints about that like around the community that they dropped a very weak code, which I agree with. But it's still something that I think I should have like got out there because it's very disappointing to me. But that's the first thing that I want to talk about. Let's go on to the next thing. Now, the next thing I'm going to talk about is one of my biggest complaints. It might not be the biggest for other people, or it might be honestly, but it was like the first thing that I noticed. And it was that with this update, there was no new ways to get rerolls. There's no ways to get rerolls. If you want to count codes, then sure. But besides the codes, there is no way to get rerolls this update, right? I was expecting, I don't know, reroll like 25 rerolls from the spirit shop, because remember in the raid shop we got 25 here. I was expecting the same thing over here, but as you can see, there was no way to get rerolls there, and they didn't add no new achievements, nothing new there. They didn't add a new battle pass. This has been going on for a month. They didn't even add no new quests. Very disappointing. They just added one code with gave 5 rerolls, and then that's it. They just dipped. Like, I don't know. To me, it's not a problem for me because I do have 324 rerolls, but I'm not even spending them. I'm gonna go on later into the video why I'm not even spending them. But yeah, it's just very disappointing for the people who were saving and were like hoping for new ways to get rerolls. Very disappointing again. It's just very lackluster of them to not add no new ways to get rerolls, just one code. And yeah, that's one of my biggest complaints. But that's the second thing that I wanted to talk about. Now, the third thing that I want to talk about is most of the people's complaints that I've seen around the community is that the new Dandadan units are absolute garbage. Like, they're all so bad. If we're comparing them, like, each character to themselves, like, if we're comparing this girl to this guy and this guy, then, this guy's probably the best. I'm not going to go into what they do because they're all pretty ass, but they're all so mid. For the time that it took to make this update, for the time it took for us to grind for the units as well, like, getting the spirit wisps is not necessarily hard. It's very, very tedious. It's very tedious though, right? It takes 1500 for one 10 pull, and it's a 0.5% chance to get one of these guys. 0.5. And I'm gonna talk about Diolo in another section later on, because Diolo is very hot topic there. But with the exclusives, the units aren't even that good, right? And if we're gonna talk about what I think, what checks the boxes of a good unit, it's the use of the unit in the long game, right? If I see a unit has like a status effect or has a use besides just having good damage, then I automatically make that unit, in my eyes, a meta unit, a meta support, maybe a meta DPS, but I'm mainly taking the meta support parts, right? If you go on to Julius, for example, Julius might not be the best DPS in the game. He might not even have the best AoE. His damage to cost ratio might be ass, but he has a slow ability. He has a freeze. And him just being able to freeze already makes him a very, very good unit. And these units have no longevity to them. They don't have no status effects. They don't have no buffs to other units. They just do pure damage, and that's it. And it's not even good damage either. Like, it's not even good damage. Like, it's mediocre damage, right? It's just very disappointing. For the time it takes to grind for the units, the time it takes to grind for the Spirit Wisps, it is just not worth your time. And that is probably why I'm not going to grind this update. Like, if I'm being dead ass, I'm not grinding this update. Especially with this unit as well, the Infinite unit, the Granny. She's also not good. She just burn, but like, Rengoku's better. Like, and you can still get Rengoku. Again, I didn't even add this on my list, but why is Rengoku still obtainable? Like, why are they not taking him out? It's been like 2 months. like, get him out of here. Like, but yeah, she is not worth it either. She's not worth the time. The grind is not worth what you're getting out of it, and it's just like, I don't know. I'm very disappointed with the units. It's a bunch of disappointment in this update. Like, I'm very disappointed. You're gonna be hearing me say disappointed like 13,000 times, but yeah, the exclusives are not good. If we're gonna talk about out of the best out of them, I've heard this guy's the best out of them all because he gets like a multi-hit. He hits fast. Apparently, I don't really know, but just in terms of all the units in general, they're ass to mid, right? They're like a 2 out of 10 to like a 5 out of 10 max, right? They're not hitting. So if I were you, in my opinion, I would not grind for those units. I would just save my time. I don't know. If you haven't done the boss event, like, grind the other stuff that's actually being worth your time. If you haven't grinded the boss event, grind the boss event, do these. It would just be worth your time for the rerolls, for the essences, for the stat chips, these types of stuff that will help you later into the game. Now, for the last thing that I'm going to be talking about is Diolo. Now, this is one of the things that actually pisses me off about Diolo, and it's the fact that, now, the devs did make an announcement. I'm probably going to put it up on screen right now, but it's a very, like, I was very disappointed, again, like, disappointed when they said this announcement, and to put it simply, it was that Diolo is a very rare and exclusive unit. They didn't want everybody to get him. That's understandable, sure, but it's like, if Diolo is someone's favorite, the thing about anime TDs in general, I'm going to go specifically to anime TDs, you're playing the game to get the units you want to get. Your favorite anime characters, you want to get them, you want to play with them, you want to see how they look, you want to use them, right? The fact that they made Diolo a chance and not a choice to get is very annoying, right? And what I mean by choice is, like, they have something here in the quest. They have special quests right here, which they haven't used once, by the way. They could have easily made Diolo a special quest unit. They could have made him so hard to get, still keeping that idea of having a very rare and exclusive unit by making him super duper hard to get. They could have made it so you have to evo all the Dandadan units to have like a use for them, right? Evo all the Dandadan units, obtain them all. I don't know, do like the infinite like 100 times, like very, very hard, very tedious stuff. But like, if someone is very committed to getting Diolo and they actually want to get him, they would do that to get the unit. I would like that more than just having the chance to get Diolo and just praying to the lords to, oh, let me get him real quick. Oh, I just spent like 25,000 Spirit Wisps, 8,000 Robux, I didn't get a single like exclusive. That is just very annoying, right? Because as a game, you want the players to have an enjoyable experience. I would not enjoy just spending my wisps that took 30 minutes per round to get 3,000, taking 30 minutes for 2 10 pulls, and realistically, you're not even going for the exclusives because they're ass. You're going for the Diolo, which is I'm not even gonna butcher it. Let me see the chance. 0.005. That's not easy to get, right? I don't have to tell you that that's not easy to get, right? They could have easily made it a special quest. They could have easily made it hard to get than impossible to get, right? Like, Diolo is a 0.005% chance, but if you made it in a quest, it could have been like a 5% chance, but a 5% chance that you could easily get, right? That's just very, I don't know. That's what I would have done if I was a part of like the devs. Then again, I have no experience in this. That's just my personal opinion. They could have easily made this a harder quest to still have the image of Diolo being a very exclusive and secret and hard to get unit without it just being a chance, but it being a choice for the people who really want Diolo. And that's probably the biggest thing that I would say that I think I would have changed if I was a part of the dev team about that specific part of the update. Change the way to get Diolo. It would have changed a lot of problems. And the biggest thing is, Diolo isn't even that good. Like, he's a support, and he's not even a good support. Yeah, he increases like the slow and increases damage of a slow, but like the game is not that hard to be doing all this. So he's a support. His damage is mediocre. Like my Gojo is better, right? My Gojo is so much better. Like I've seen his Monarch stats, and my Gojo Monarch stats are so much better, right? Diolo is like a line AoE on max. He does have a kind of a nuke. I don't know if you would call it a nuke, but it's like kind of a nuke. It increases the damage and range by a lot, but it's like alright. It's nothing to run home about, but like he's okay. He's also really expensive too. He's just not worth like the time it would take to get him. Like if you get him, congrats, honestly, like congrats. If you get Monarch on him, good luck. Your luck is gone for like the next 2 years, but like he's just not worth all that time and effort and all the Robux if you're gonna pay to win for him. I don't know. There could have been a much better way to obtain him, and I think that they did not the greatest job with this part of the update. To conclude everything that I've been saying, in general, in my opinion, I don't really think this update is worth your time. Then again, if you're talking about the actual Dandadan update, then I wouldn't like do it. But if you still haven't done your boss events, if you haven't done your Paragons, then yeah, do those. Good rerolls, good stat chips you can get out of that. That is worth your time. But just the units, the banners, I guess, if you care about the banners, then go for them. I don't really care about the customization. I'm good with what I have. Yeah, like 10,000. If you want to go for this is pretty sick. I might even go for this. I don't really know. But in terms of the Dandadan update, I don't really think it's worth it. Like, if you complete the update and if you don't complete the update, it won't do nothing for you, right? If I get all the units and evo all of them, my team is not changing one bit. Like, they're not changing one bit. Maybe the skins might change, which I don't know. If I get less like a 10 skin, then I might like apply that. But I don't even think I'm getting that because I'm probably not going to grind this update. But yeah, I'm very, very disappointed. This update was very lackluster. The fact that it took a month, right? I'm not counting update 1.1 as an update. That update, quote unquote update, should have been with the JJK update. So it's not really an update. So I'm saying that this update took a month. For a month of waiting, we got this. So much stuff that they could have added, and so many things that they kind of did wrong that I just am very disappointed with, and I am not going to be playing this update. Now, I'm not saying that AV is cooked. No, this game has a very good foundation. They can do a lot of good, and they might even do a lot of bad. That's the point of a game. You're not always going to be great, right? You're not always going to be amazing. You're not always going to make the best updates, and that's totally fine. Go off of the criticism that the community gives you, because sometimes the community is wrong. Sometimes their egos get over their head. Sometimes they just yap and they're salty. But sometimes there's actual criticism that you can make into your updates to make them better. I think that everything I have said here is, true. But I might be wrong. Who knows? I'm not perfect either. I'm just going off of what I would have done. But in general, the update is not the greatest to me. And I think a lot of people would agree with that. But I'm just going to stop yapping. I've gone way over the time limit that I think I can be talking, as I'm sick right now. I feel like my voice is just going to die after I stop recording. But yeah, that's the end of the video. I hope you guys did enjoy my rants. This is like the first rant that I've ever done. I feel like Perry right now, I'm not going to lie, with my rants. But yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy. Again, like and subscribe for the 500 subscriber giveaway. I'm about to reach 400 subscribers. So thank y'all so much for the support. And I'm going to see y'all in the next one. Peace.